Yuki Kawamura has taken the NBA and basketball world by storm earlier this season. After an impressive showing in the preseason, he became the shortest player on an NBA contract at just 5'8". He earned himself a two-way contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, and since then, Yuki has appeared in half of the Grizzlies' games with limited minutes. He's played more significant minutes in the NBA G-League for the Memphis Hustle. In this video, we're going to dive into Yuki's season so far and discuss areas where he can improve. I'm Anthony Goods, an NBA scout, and if you like content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll keep more content coming your way. Support really helps the channel grow. Today we're going to take a closer look at the Japanese phenom Yuki Kawamura and evaluate his progress in the NBA and the G-League so far. Yuki has wowed NBA fans with his passing and scoring ability since the preseason. Being 5'8" and playing in two of the most athletic leagues in the world is no easy task. It's remarkable to see how he's adjusted to the level of competition. While he's had limited opportunities with the Grizzlies, the G-League has given him more time to showcase his skills. Let's take a closer look at his performance there. In the G-League, Yuki is averaging 13 points and 10 assists per game, which is outstanding, especially considering his low turnover rate. Though he hasn't played enough minutes to qualify officially, he'd rank as the second leading assist man in the G-League. Passing has always been a standout part of Yuki's game. He's deceptive and creative, consistently finding teammates and spraying the ball all over the floor. In my opinion, though, he's more effective as a penetration passer. By this, I mean reading defenses and cutters after committing to driving to the basket. He's better doing this to me than he is as a pick-and-roll manipulator. Being able to manipulate pick-and-roll sometimes comes with experience, so this might be an area for improvement for him. Regardless, he's an elite passer who takes great care of the ball despite his high usage and physical limitations. That alone is good enough to keep him on the floor. When it comes to scoring, Yuki has been solid, though not overly efficient. I believe he's still adjusting to finding his spots to score in this new environment. What's been surprising, though, is how he uses body contact to create scoring opportunities, whether at the rim or in the mid-range. At 5'8", I would expect him to rely more on his foot speed, but his foot speed seems average. Instead, Yuki leverages his basketball IQ and craftiness effectively. Transitioning from Japan to the G-League is challenging, and not all aspects of a player's game will translate immediately. Just like a player going from the G-League to the NBA won't see all the aspects of his game translate immediately either. For Yuki, some of those numbers will likely normalize over time. We've already seen flashes of his scoring potential, such as his 27-point performance in the showcase. Better days are undoubtedly ahead for him. Defensively, Yuki has been about an average defender so far. At 5'8", it's crucial for him to stay in front of opponents and use his strength to keep them as far away from the basket as possible. Since he's too small to effectively contest shots, his defensive work needs to be done early, cutting off angles and preventing players from driving. He's vulnerable when opponents can get an angle or post him up, which is expected given his size. To stay on the floor, Yuki will need to focus on keeping players out of the paint and finding ways to be disruptive. Whether it's through steals, deflections, or anticipation in passing lanes, his defensive contributions can still make a difference despite his physical limitations. I've been using PrizePicks this football season, and once you play $5 in lineups, you'll receive a guaranteed $50 if you use my promo code. I'm going to explain everything in a minute, but first let me make my picks. This week I see the Eagles winning, but I think Saquon's going to get less than 109 yards rushing this week. And for my second pick, I rock with the Detroit Lions, but I think Jared Goff is going to throw for less than 266 yards, so I'm going to select less on this one. If you want to make your picks, go to prizepicks.com and use my promo code AGOODS24. PrizePicks is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports, and if you have the skill, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in just a few taps. PrizePicks is really simple to play, and I can make my picks and submit my lineup in less than 60 seconds. Go to prizepicks.com and use promo code AGOODS24 to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. Again, go to prizepicks.com and use promo code AGOODS24 to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. That's prizepicks.com, and the promo code is AGOODS24. Daily fantasy sports made easy. In NBA games, like I mentioned before, he's been playing limited minutes. Almost all of his made baskets have come from behind the three-point line. But we've been able to see some of his shot creation ability translate in this small sample. It will be interesting to see if he gets more time later in the season as they prepare for the playoffs. Yuki's journey to the NBA has been nothing short of amazing. From being a preseason standout to making plays in the G-League, Yuki has shown that he could be a potential playmaker and competitor. While there are areas for improvement, his future looks bright as he's transitioning into the physicality, the length, and the speed of the game here in the United States. But I'm going to stay tapped into his progression, but let me know what y'all think about Yuki's game so far and where you see he can improve moving forward. Once again, I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next videos coming up. And as always, keep shooting and I'll keep scouting. Before I get out of here, one of the things I wanted to do was just run through a couple free-flowing minutes from Yuki's most recent game in the G-League Showcase. There might be some things to see here as far as how he's able to be effective and, of course, some areas of improvement. And we see he's picking up 94 feet. I think this is exactly what he needs to do as a smaller guard, but again, also as an end of the roster guy. You definitely want to pick up 94 feet as much as possible and show that you're giving it effort. Now here is where Yuki's size is a problem. So a lot of times, especially with point guards, you'll find yourself guarding somebody in the corner and you are the low man and you have to be essentially the last line of defense against any pick and roll actions, back cuts, whatever it may be. You are the help side defender, especially being 2 passes away or at least 2 passes away. And Yuki just doesn't have the size to provide protection down there. So even if on this back cut, he was early and was able to take it away, he would have to be so far over that I don't think he'd be able to recover to the corner. And hopefully he'd be able to X-switch with somebody who's guarding on the top. But I think this is primarily the reason why NBA front offices usually target bigger point guards to help out on situations like this, because here it may be a wing, but in a pick and roll situation in the middle of the floor, this could very much be a 7 foot, 6'9", 6'10", big man or forward rolling to the rim, and it's just going to be an easy layup. So this is where Yuki's physical limitations just wouldn't help him, even if he did everything perfect. But he was late, and that's a problem. Not much going on for Yuki here, but on the turnover, it's not much anybody's going to be able to do. Got to let the layup go. We'll watch a couple more possessions here. Just wanted to take a look and see how he's playing in the flow of the game. Yeah, no, that was a tough shot. And again, like I said, I don't think he has great quickness. He's better when he has a head of steam. That was a tough, bad possession, I would say, offensively. I think he could have just moved the ball or gotten a better shot. Good dig down here, and another missed shot. Yuki always up, trying to be disruptive. I love it. Then you get the offense going too fast. Sometimes they throw it away. I love the energy. And this was an adjustment that he made because he wasn't doing this early in the first game, but I like to see the increase in effort heading into the second game of the showcase. Yuki pushing the pace a little bit, trying to get a paint touch. And this is where he's dangerous. If his teammates are moving, he's going to find him. And he makes a nice dime to the cutter for a dunk. But yeah, I just wanted to take a quick glance just to provide some extra perspective onto how he played recently. This wasn't his best game. He had 15 and 10 this game, which is still a very good game. But He played his better game the game before, and I usually like to watch guys play after they've had a big game, because when shots are falling, everybody plays hard, everybody plays well, and I like to kind of see guys on a normal day to see who they really are. But that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed it.